Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa Psychic Investigator. Hello, huh. Everybody, welcome. Rosa Psychic Investigator. So, today is Monday, April 13th. I have been a little absent in the last few days, and of course, so much happening. But I'm back. I'm back on. I'm back on. Huh. I'm back on. Yeah. Huh. I'm back on. Yeah, I am. Mm-hmm. But let's do the protection. I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of lights coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that I create the good and all of the good, and so it is. So, we had the great news yesterday, last night, that in Hungary, Orban lost, right? And I remember doing the visions I've had many times that he would not only lose, but he would be unalived also after. So he's still around. I see. But maybe, you know what I was thinking too? I was like, what if it's just that it's over for him completely, right? So it's a really wonderful thing for us and guys to see. If you haven't seen the videos of people celebrating over there, it's really heartwarming because it shows that like how much people appreciate freedom, how much people hate, like, or what is it called, autocracy, right? The dictator, and how much people like Europe, right? And this has been the project of Putin, and a lot of the conservatives, they have essentially chosen Orban as the model for their thing that they're doing in the U.S. and the Heritage Foundation loves Orban, and now it's a massive loss for them because there were a lot of, remember that there was even a CPAC conference there recently, and as Peter Thiel's also favorite country, it was Hungary with Orban. And why? Because they were able to have a media that was completely modeled, like there was no resistance, and then they changed the rule of law so that there was no way to fight anything, right? But still somebody else won, and they tried everything and they lost. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that's just great because all the bad people, anywhere from Bibi to Putin to Trump and all the garbage people, they all campaigned for Orban, and in the end he lost. So I want to know that, I'm just making this video here. I want to know how this is going to impact us and the world going forward. Oh, another important thing is that Orban was the guy blocking all kinds of European moves against Russia in the Ukraine war. So if this guy, there's a new guy, he has said that he's going to approve things related to the EU. To be fair, apparently he's not as pro Ukraine as most Hungarians apparently are not, but that's okay. He's because he cares so much about EU that he's willing to do whatever, right? That is asked of him. Like, in other words, he's not the good news. And I don't want to run some kind of perfection, whatever purity test thing. That's not for me. The good point is he's anti-Rush, anti-Rush, and that is everything that matters. Okay, so let's go there. There's a lot of subjects to address, a lot of subjects to address. Yeah, huh? A lot of subjects to address. But let's start with this one. There's also Melania's former friend, Brazilian model, Amanda Ungaro. She had a lot of truths about Melania. There's also trash attacking Pope. Trash attacking Pope is the Antichrist. Antichrist, no. Antichrist. Antichrist. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I like ants as little insects. They're cute. They're not as bad as trash. So anyway, but we'll discuss those later. I just really want to know. I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind. Okay, so let's go. Hey ho, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so let's ask. So what does Orban's loss mean for Trump, Putin, and Trump? Wait, did I write that? Bibi, Putin, and Trump. Okay. What is Orban's loss? First, it shows me Bibi with feeling fire under his shoes, and then below him, all these people, hundreds of people, like kind of the heat of them celebrating starts to melt the ground he stands on. So he knows the power of the people. Interesting that the people cannot be contained anymore, and he feels the writing on the wall, so to speak. Okay, so what about? You know what? Do I ask? Let's see here. Let's continue since I asked for him about him first. Okay, so then what is he going to do? And I see interesting. He reads the like he creates a lot of propaganda, obviously, and that's a lot of how he stays in power. And he's almost like he wants to be celebrating with the people, but he realizes that he's not on their side at all. And they don't, it's about they're celebrating his downfall in advance also. So how does that affect the war? He just it somehow really does like this is so weird. I see that they take it personally, as if it's a personal offense that they're doing it to that this harms them. Therefore, like they just he's like, oh, he feels it because popularity or even if it's fake, right? That's what he does. That's what he's doing. So it really puts a damp on his mindset. Okay, but he's still out there saying the craziest things, attacking Europe now, Spain, and all that. That's right, because that's right. Europe is a not has opposite values, and he's it's saying on the one hand he feels like it's like I feel like it's like the hammer technique in his mind. It's like I just hammer people until they turn around and do what I want. So so it doesn't work because you can't both need Europe to help you and also trash Europe at the same time. It doesn't work, especially the populations. Like they see how unpopular the whole Iran war is and the Gaza situation. So, no. Okay. So, eh, how long? Okay. The timing is difficult, but what is it? How long does it say? How much longer is it going to go on? I see whatever the cutting of the the ties are going to be cut. He's going to be isolated. But it's saying that first Trump, then him. Because that's right, his ability to manipulate, guys, you saw, and that's the thing. Let me just move. I want to focus this one particular video on this issue of Orban, because then we have to go to the ridiculous, pathetic thing that happened, the so-called negotiations with JD Vance and all. So let me do that on the other video. So let's just go to because that we have to discuss that. All right. Let me go then ask about the um what this meant to Putin. Okay. Because Putin is among the three of the bad people that I picked here, is the one that obviously has a lot more to lose because as I said before, Hungary was a country that really messed with the EU, right? I mean, I don't understand even, but they really made it harder for Ukraine to get help because they were always siding, even though they are a country in the EU, they were always siding with Putin. So now that Orban is out, Putin lost his main ally and he's also lost his ability to influence Europe. Okay. So so what does that mean to Putin? I see he's in pain. He's also I always get this message, this image of them sitting in this chair and it's burning. he's burning, and I see that it's like the fire starts to burn from underneath. And I see bunker, bunker, bunker. Time to go hiding. Wow, he knows his end is near because so how does it feel about Ukraine now? What's going on? Does Putin think what's going on? He's pushing this. That's the only thing he has going, Rosie. That's the madness completely. And he's obsessed about it. And he basically puts all his countrymen, right? He's killed a lot of his own people because even though the war, like he's gotten so many wins because nobody like NATO, right, hasn't been, I mean, hasn't done much to be fair, right? There was some support for Ukraine, but it's saying, but all he has done is to push Europe closer to Ukraine. And but I just see that he starts to feel the fire burning around him. But what is going to happen now? What will he do? I see the fire here is taking him over. Now, is this a literal fire or what? You see that he sees the fire burning, but then he sees that he can't lose the war. I'm sorry, he can't win the war. He can't stop Ukraine the same way that they can't stop Hungary. But now, by the way, guys, I watched a documentary years ago about what happened in 2014 in Ukraine when remember Manafort worked in Ukraine to elect the Russian puppet guy, Yanukovych, right? So eventually he was pushed out and he had to flee in the middle of the night. There's some videos of that, fleeing in the middle of the night with a helicopter to Moscow. And so what happened then really, there was a name for it. I forgot the name. It's some of a revolution, some rose. I don't remember the name of that night. So what happened then is that the young people really wanted to join Europe because of course it's a basic economic thing. Like you're a young person, you want to do things. Europe is much better for you, right? I mean, it's like if Russia offered legit opportunities for young people, they wouldn't want to, they would be willing to associate with it. It's really that. And I think young people think, oh, I can have a career. I can go travel. I can do things if my country's part of Europe. So why not? You know what I'm saying? So who doesn't want it? Right? So he essentially killed the dreams of a lot of the young people. And then they associate Europe with better life conditions and more opportunities, which is true, right? So that's doesn't make sense. It's like now that I see that Putin is seeing the young people again, so excited. Because why would they not be excited? It's pretty obvious. It's not complicated. If he was a decent person, he would have spent his entire career improving Russia for people, right? But he's not doing that. So it's like, who wants to live in a country or to be associated with a country like that? No one, right? The young people of Hungary are going to want it. So he can't stop it anymore. It's right. Even with all the money, all the threats and all of that, and all the treason people that he finds to be politicians for him, he's losing. So tell me again, I see him again, the burning, he's sitting in the chair, he can't move. It continues to burn, and he sees that he's not going to win the Ukraine war. So what happens? Is he going to burn everything down at the end? Or just, I almost feel like he's going to be sitting there while the thing burns down, almost like he's not going to move. So is it, oh, yes, he can smell the burning flesh. Wow. Could it be that he could be in a fire? I don't know, guys, honestly. Yes. And I see that also the other thing I get is that internally people know that there's no way forward for them. And that there's, the feeling of like all the autocrats, like they all have to move to Russia. That's the only place that welcomes them, right? And now it's like he has nowhere to go. Oh, maybe America. No, I don't. I think he's smart enough not to go to even America. Even America not welcoming me. I was only trying to help. I was trying to help Christian people coming together. I said it, Christian people. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No. So it's like, so that's it. The burning, that's right. And it tells me this, that okay, it's interesting. Show me the medal again of the Saint Benedict medal that says Ipsi Venena Biba. So You drink your own poison now. It's his time the burning that he is feeling is the burn that he has done to a lot of countries, right? He has burned up situation. He's a monster. He's a disgusting um like saboteur, right? He puts fires, literally, he creates so much death and destruction, and now it's there. He can't escape the poison that he created himself. So it feels like the end for him. Yes, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. And it's only give it 2 months worth. Again, timing is difficult, but that's what I get. Okay. You know, let's see now. What does it mean for Trump? What is uh, he's really upset because he's the whole CPAC thing and the whole it's saying the fakeness. I see what Trump is upset is that he is losing even in that, and something about the Orban thing. It was the narrative that was the right one. They thought it was so perfect, but it failed. And he's like, damn it, now the fake Christian thing. I can't, I had, I said, we're Christians, you know what I'm saying? We're Christians, we're a Christian country together. And now something about it, it feels like the narrative is collapsing because you can't, it's saying when you see the footage of everybody celebrating, it's the entire country. And you can't pretend it's like it's a fake thing. Like the idea, even for them, it's saying they believe that Hungary was a place where people actually liked, they accepted the dictator, but no, the truth is they don't. And so they bet everything on it. They put so much money into it and it didn't work. And the same thing with Elon Musk. Because I see that another thing, the pattern that I'm picking up here that is really upsetting to them is the fact that people have power. And you could see that and how they're happy and they celebrate and they came together and they did it. And that is the thing that's the main thing they have been working against democracy, against people. And it shows me Elon Musk upset because the type of AI narrative he has created is that users, aka regular people, have no power. Who cares what anybody wants? I have a social media platform with all these bots that repeat what I want. And that's how the world is. So then when they are confronted with that reality, they can't take it. Because that is the thing they hate the most. The idea that's what bothers them about the democracy is the idea that people have power, the idea that the world does not revolve around them, and that the bullshit they create is not believed. So it hurts them on their ego is really upset about it. So I find interesting here. I don't know, find interesting. So okay. Interesting for me. Or awesome. Interesting for me. Okay, very good. Oh, the last person that I want to talk about this is Thiel, because guys, he loves now Peter Thiel. He loves that's been his whole thing for years. He loves Hungary. I actually found a photo of him. Let's see, with Orban. Okay, it's just interesting to share. Now, this is a photo of now this is obviously Orban in the center, and here you have Peter Thiel to the right. And to the left, you have Sebastian Kurz. Now, Sebastian Kurz is a former chancellor of Austria of a far right party called the Freiheitspartei des, okay, the Freedom Party of Austria, and uh, and so that's been his dream, Peter Thiel's dream. He loves Hungary, and there, guys, there's a whole story. It could just be another video about like how he's connected with Hungary like more than 10 years ago, and how there was somebody who he counted on as being his Hungary person who passed away in mysterious circumstances. So it's very interesting. So I want to know what you're thinking, because it's a known thing that it's his main, his thing. He's the one who loves Hungary. So what? How does Peter Thiel feel right now that Hungary lost, and lost so bigly, and the young people love to change. They're not into this thing at all, and so how he doesn't I think he doesn't like the loss. He's, having what is it? It's like he is having these physical he stutters. I'm not making fun of him. No, I'm not making fun of him. No, no. But wow, how was I? So what is going on here? Oh, and the other thing, guys, it happened on the evening. I see that I'm going to talk about it next. The humiliation of a JD Vance. How but he realizes that there is no way out for JD Vance. That he has to get rid of JD Vance. JD Vance is embarrassing, and JD Vance embarrassed me. They it's for him. It's a tragic weekend because he saw how pathetic JD Vance looks, and he also saw how hated he is essentially because he cannot convince people now that Hungary is the way or that Orban is the way because it lost. He's saying he's out of time. And he has invested so much in this government and the whole fascist thing that he can't pretend, like he can't put himself back in the bottle or put himself back in the time when he was, when he was not as overtly fascist or messing with democracy quite as much. So it's saying he knows the writing is on the wall, but he doesn't quite know what to do because of his contracts. So what is going to happen here? What is going to happen? Stop, stop. I feel like he wants him out of the government. He's wants to tell him to leave, JD Vance to leave. It's not gonna he knows it's not gonna work. Now, what is gonna happen to Palantir? Like all his companies that have government contracts, does he feel like the same thing is going to happen in the US? Or does he feel like they can steal power for longer? It's saying try to crush the thing faster. I think they want again, they're doing everything. Trump is doing everything to destroy the US, right? So I feel like on the one hand, he wants JD Vance out because of the association, number one. Number two, that he feels humiliated because he bet on the wrong horse. A and B, again, he doesn't, it's like he thought, so what's going to happen to him next? I feel like he wants to leave, but can't. He's going to want to leave the US. What about Palantir? Say whoever comes next, they have to unplug because it's saying it's by now it's obvious that Palantir is a like a poison, is a tool for the worst things that are happening right now. He knows that and we know that. And so it's only a matter of time of until people start doing something about it. So is that for him? Oh no, not Peter. Peter, the wonderful man. It's a wonderful. Oh, no. And I see the whole Antichrist, and I see that, he did all these lectures about the Antichrist. And in his mind, he thought he had full people. I'm like, no, Antichrist is over there. Look there, there. No. And now he's like, they're going to realize I am the Antichrist myself. Oh my God, where am I going to go? Where, I can't. I need to leave. Oh, I need to go out somewhere else. Oh my God. Oh my God. So I'm very sad about him. That is so, guys, overall, it really is a shift. Okay. So, all right. Okay. Wonderful. So, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Alligators. Bye.